Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, this is part 5 of my DJI Mini 3 Pro review, and of course in part 4, part 5, and part 6, I'm comparing this against the Autel EVO Nano Plus. Now, as I mentioned in part 4, I have a lot of footage of both of these drones being compared together, and I'm going through that footage now and trying to pick out what I want to show you because I have an awful lot and it's going to be hours and hours worth of video. So in this video, you're going to see about 20 minutes worth of more comparisons head to head of these two. So I'm going to stop talking and show you this right now. And now a quick comparison between the Mini 3 Pro Active Track and the Nano Plus Dynamic Track. All right, it's the Great Canadian Dynamic Track Challenge right now. So I'm going to drive around this parking lot on my skateboard with both drones following me one after another. We'll see how well they do. All they have to do is follow me without crashing or without stopping. And then if they do well around the parking lot, then I'm going to head over there. There's a park over here and some trails go through trees and stuff like that. And I'll see if they can follow me through the trees. Here we go. All right, it's a little windy out here, but first up is the DJI Mini 3 Pros. Here we go, going on up. And there we are. All right, I'll put it up so it can look at me and start to record. Look at my screen, it's recording. I'm gonna make it a fair test and move out of the way so it only sees me. Draw a box around me. There we go. So clearly it knows I'm a human. Go to active track and trace is good enough. I'm gonna hit go and there we go. It should follow me from behind. That's all I needed to do. I'm gonna ride my skateboard holding the controller so I can just make sure it's still following me. So I won't have any other GoPro in my hand, but I will have my controller for my skateboard here. All right, so it's up there. It should follow me. So come on, little drone. Let's see how well you do. I know to do well because I've used the Mini many times and it always follows me without fail. So let's go to the end of the parking lot over here. So it's doing well. Come on over here. I'm going to drive really close to a post. It's got to go around this post and this car. No problem there. And then all it has to do is come back over to my Jeep, and that would be pretty good tracking. Let's go this way and over here, way out here where the camera can see me. There we go. And there you are, buddy. Here, come on over. I'll come on over closer. So, I passed that one easy. Now I'm going to take it along the trail over there under some trees and stuff like that. We'll see how it does with that. Okay, little Mini, let's go. We got kids who just got out of school, so we might be going around a few of them as we go over here. Going up this way, going up here. I'm going to take it slow around here. And this is the big challenge. Let's see, can it do it? Here's two trees. Going through, going down a gravel road. Well, I had no problem with that. All right, let's give it a bit more challenge here. I'm on a gravelly road. And let's take it this way. Let's pick up some speed. Make sure I don't hit a big rock and go flying. And we're gonna go this way. Through this area, through some trees. What's it gonna do here? Going through this, going through that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to say the Mini is pretty darn awesome. It's kept me in frame this whole way, so this is pretty good. All right, so that's what I call really good dynamic active track. Now I know the Mini 3 Pro is just phenomenal in active track because I've taken it through the woods and all over the place. It's really, really good. I have no idea how the Autel is going to perform, but we're going to try the same thing and we'll see if it even comes close to that. Okay, next up we have the Autel EVO Nano Plus. It's down here and I'm just turning on my phone record so that you can see what I see because I have to carry this around. I don't want to drop it. And it's going up. There we are, same idea. Put it up there and then put it out here. So just to make things fair, I'm gonna walk over there where there's nothing behind me, just, you know, empty space. So there we go. I'm a big blueberry or whatever. So now I have to draw a box around me, but I have to put it on active track or dynamic track, they call it here. They just call it track. There it is. Please shoot in an environment with a wide view. So I have to put a plus on me, it knows me, and I just hit record.
Start recording.
And I hit follow. And now it should follow me. So let's see how it goes here. So I got my little controller for my skateboard. All right, baby. I'll do the same thing I did with the Mini 3. I'll start off nice and slow. It's in front of me. I think it'll go behind, or is it just going to lose me? Where's it? Oh, it wants to stay in the front. Oh, this is kind of goofy. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Okay, so the Autel, the Nano Plus is not smart enough to go behind you. Let me put it behind and try that again. Nice and slow. I don't want to lose you, Nano. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. But here we go. I'm going to pick up some speed. It's wide open here. There's no way you can lose me here. Let's try this. All right, picking up speed. So far, so good. I'm the only blueberry out here. Ooh, it's got a slow track. Look at it, it's dragging, it's lagging way behind. So I'm gonna go over here really close to this pole again and the back of this car. So it's gotta miss all of that. I don't hear a clunk, but man, it's far away. It is far away. It does not like to travel very fast. It's very slow, so I'm gonna have to go very slow to have it track me. So that's one thing already. You can move quickly with the DJI Mini 3 Pro, but not with this guy. It's a slow track. There we go. So I'm back here, put the brakes on. We're gonna go try it through that pathway. I don't have great hopes for it, but we'll try it. Heading to the pathway and the trees. I'm going very slow. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you could track only slowly, so I'm gonna go slow. Going slow. This is grandma speed. I'm sure people are gonna walk past me at walking speed. I'm not going very fast at all here. All right. This is like wheelchair speed. Okay. Still going? Still got me? There we go. You got the benefit of the doubt. Coming around, here's the trees. Look at this. Don't get too close to me now. We already went through this, getting close stuff. Going through the trees. Going through the trees. There's a sign. I missed that. There's another tree. No, it's missing the tree. So that's a good sign. All right. Let's just pick up a little bit of speed. Oh, look at that tree. I swear that's a leaf. I swear that's a leaf. I swear it's stuck back there. Insufficient space to fly. Tracking exited. All right. That's not good. Hit the plus sign again and tap follow. Let's see. You gonna make it past that tree? It just can't figure out there's a tree there. It goes, how am I supposed to follow you when you stuck a tree in front? Well, figure it out, drone. Go around the tree. Here, I'll go this way. There, did that help you? I think it did. Okay, so now I'm gonna take it over here through some trees again. I swear, this is interesting. Okay. And, oh, does it still have me? I thought it lost me. It's coming up to that tree. It's coming up to that tree. I'm still down here. You know, crouch down. Can you see me? Still going. Still kind of got me. I think it lost me there. So we can see that the DJI Mini 3 Pro for tracking is the winner easily in this case. However, you do have tracking on the Nano, which is a nice touch. And I'm pretty sure, here, watch this. If I just tap myself and click follow, this is probably how Autel envisioned it, that I would just walk around and not be moving quick, because look at how slow I'm moving here, and it'll follow me. It's got no problem following me here. Can you make it over the picnic table? Sure you can. Oh, look at that. Oh, it found me again. Okay, so here's this tree. What's it gonna do? Don't hit that tree. So it went around that one. There's another tree over here. What's it gonna do there? I'm hiding behind it. So it is smart enough to figure out that if you go behind something, it knows it can follow you afterwards. It looks for the same sort of item. So it's smart enough to do that. So that's pretty good. A lot of drones, as soon as they lose you behind a tree, they can't find you. Here I am talking about all this great stuff, and it almost hit the tree, and now the garbage can. But I guess the thing to take away from this is it didn't hit anything. Although it almost ran into my head back there. Okay, follow me on back. We gotta go back to my Jeep. Back on the skateboard, here we go. Nice and slow for you, buddy. Yes, I know, you're almost up my neck. Let's go this way. We're gonna go on the path here. Come on, I'm going slow for you. And let's go this way, we'll go around some trees. Oh, it's gonna have difficulty with this. Look at this. These branches are lower than my head. Let's see, I'm going right under them. Whoa, whoa, I hear. All right, so that was a total fail. That's what I saw on my screen, and that's probably what you saw if the recording is still working. Let's see, is my recording still on? Yeah, it is. Here, I'll better turn that off. There we go, recording's off. So, I picked up the drone, and this is exactly how it looked on the ground. That's why it all died, because of course the arms all bent back and the battery came out, so connection was lost. Good thing about a foldable drone is when they crash, The arms just fold back in, so you just fold them back out and it should be good. I think that's good. Did I break another prop? No, props are all good. And of course, if you take the battery and stick it back in, it's going to try to start up just like it was, because it doesn't know you turned it off. Hang on a sec, could I even get that in? Do I have dirt in there? Get that in, there we go. And there we go, see, I didn't even start it up. It started up by itself. And you can see the gimbal fixing itself, and we'll start talking to the controller. So the moral of that story is, if you have a drone that is having difficulty tracking you and avoiding objects at the same time, you know, like you shouldn't do that if you have a drone tracking you. But the moral of the story is, if you have a drone not doing well, the worst thing you could do is keep on trying to make the drone not do well until it actually destroys itself. So this still works, thank God, so I could do a few more tests. But yeah, so there you have it. The DJI Mini 3 Pro is the drone to have if you are in the market for a drone with active track, dynamic track to follow you around. This one's okay for like an open area park where there's no trees. If it's an open area, like it says, have a wide open space with not a lot of objects around, then this is fine as long as you're at walking speed, because it really didn't follow me very close when I was moving fast. All right, so that ends this segment.
And now the precision landing test.
Okay, next thing to try is a quick return to home precision landing test. So I will fly the Mini up, out about 100 meters, hit return to home, have it come back, and do the same with the Nano and see which one lands closest to that landing pad. Here we go, going on up. All right, here we go. DJI Mini 3 Pro, return to home, initiated. Let's see what happens. So I can watch it on my screen and we'll see how close it comes down to this landing pad. There we go, it's overhead, so I am going to point the camera down so we can see what it sees as it's coming down. There we go. So far it looks pretty good. Coming down. Where are you going to land? Hopefully you don't hit my GoPro. But if you do, well, that's the case. That's pretty good so far. Look at that. Look at that. Woohoo! That's pretty good. That is pretty good. All right, that is awesome. Look at that. There's the landing pad, and of course it's not on it, but it took off right here. But that's still highly acceptable. Okay, let's try the same thing with the Nano Plus. One thing I've noticed about the Nano Plus is that when you power it on and start it up, it gets the GPS faster than the DJI drone. It's ready to go in no time. The DJI drone, it's still pretty fast, but not as fast as the Nano Plus. Okay, let's take the Nano Plus up. Okay, there we go. The Nano is exactly the same height and distance away as the Mini 3 Pro was. So I'm hitting the return to home button now.
Returning to home.
And there we go. So I just noticed that on the Nano, I had the return to home height set to 100 meters, whereas on the DJI Mini 3 Pro, it was only set to like 45 meters. So it looks like it's overhead about now.
Landing. Please make sure landing point is safe.
Well, it's as safe as it could be. Here we go. I'm going to bring the camera looking down. And we'll see how close it comes. It's got a bit more way to travel. So just watch it on my screen as it comes down. So far, looks good. Coming down, I'll take a look up. Where is it? There we go. There we go, it's adjusting itself. And where's it gonna land? Where is it gonna land? Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, that's really accurate. That is really accurate. There we go.
Is not ready. Stop recording.
Yeah, thank you for turning the record off. So I guess you win, Nano, on the precision landing. Although the Mini wasn't bad, but obviously the Nano's got some other technology in it to find the landing pad and land.
And now the mini drones hovering in the wind test. The object of this test is to see if the drones get bounced around in the wind and start moving from front to back, right to left, or even up and down. So in this video you can see that they're pretty much the same. I will say that the DJI Mini 3 Pro handles the wind better than the Nano, because every now and then the Nano would actually move up and down a bit, whereas the Mini 3 Pro stayed pretty much stationary. And now the speed test. Which mini drone has the fastest speed?
Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check out the speed of sport mode on both drones. So I have the SkyRC GPS module here. I'll stick it on the back. I don't think it's going to affect GPS inside. Yeah, I'm putting it where the battery goes, so it should be fine. The reason I'm using this vice, taking the word of what the drone says, is because the drones will lie to you. So here, let me turn this on. We want performance analyzer. The light should come on here. I have to wait for this to get a GPS satellite before it's ready to go. So I have to wait for a little light to appear here, and then we'll be able to do our speed test. Okay, so here we go. All I have to do is hit the start button on here and it will start reading. I have it in flying mode, and let's take it on up. There we go with the SkyRC. I'll take it way up there, and I'll keep it away from these kids too. So we'll take it down the field. So double tapping the function, it will take me into different speeds. So I'm in standard and I'm in ludicrous. There we go. So I have it set to ludicrous for speed mode, not for filming. Full blast forward. There she goes. Cruising across the skies. This is sport mode, as fast as it can possibly go. Let it go for a bit. There we go. That's definitely top speed. Bring it back. Let's bring it down and check our speed. All right, cool thing is I don't even have to land it. And now I just hit stop on here and then read. So I go stop, stop recording, and then read. It says it got up to 49 kilometers per hour. I'll put what that is in miles per hour below. So that's the top speed. I flew at 15 meters of height. So that's 49 for this one. Let's try the Mini. Okay, so we've got the Mini 3 Pro down here. Go into flying mode and hit start. So it's going to start recording. And now I just have to take off, put this in sport mode over here, and then we're all good. Let's go on up. Take it on up. Aim it over here, and on here I'm going to put it in sport mode, and here we go. Speed test. Well, that definitely seems to move much faster right now. Ooh, that sun is out now. Go way over there. And there we go. Bring it down and bring it over to me. Go down and land. All right, so here we go. I'm going to hit stop, and I'm going to hit read. What do we get? 59 kilometers per hour, and I flew a bit higher at 28 meters. So I'll put what 59 kilometers per hour is in miles per hour below. So this is obviously the faster drone in sport mode. All right, back to me. So what's the takeaway from this comparison video? Well, let's start at the beginning. We had the tracking between these two. Autel uses dynamic track and DJI uses active track. You know, they just changed the names, but it's really the same thing. The biggest thing I've noticed, because I've been a DJI owner since way back in 2013, probably one of the longest guys on YouTube with DJI drones, is that DJI has perfected the tracking. Certainly they're not as good as something like Skydio. If you get a Skydio 2, that's the best tracking drone on the planet for consumers currently. This might be a close second. Now, one more thing I should mention on the tracking is I believe that the tracking in the DJI Mini 3 Pro is identical to that of the DJI Air 2S, because if you watch my videos on the Air 2S, you will see they track the same way. What do I mean by that? I mean that if the subject goes up or down, the drone goes up and down. If there's something in front of the drone and the drone needs to go over or under it or around it, this guy does it, and so does the DJI Air 2S. If you watch my videos on the DJI Air 2S compared to the DJI Air and tracking, you will see that the DJI Air, although it's very, very good in tracking, tends to track a little bit like the Autel dynamic track. What does that mean? That means that, say the subject goes this way and then off to the left or the right, well, it takes the shortest path to get there. Whereas if you notice the DJI Air 2S and this guy, they are pretty smart. They say, well, if the subject got through that path, I'm taking the same path. So yeah, really good tracking in this guy. Then we have the precision landing, and you know, Autel did well in the precision landing because Autel, at least this mini drone, I have found that I can see it right on my phone screen. It looks for the landing pad. If I didn't have a landing pad there and just a big open field of grass, it might not have done as well, but then I'd never know where it took off from, so I have to put a landing pad for reference. Now you can always tell the newbies out there, because newbies will post a comment below and say, no, on a DJI drone you have to take it up and let it hover for 10 seconds so it takes a picture of the landing pad, then you fly it off. That does not exist. That was something in the past on one of their drones that they put out, maybe 1 or 2 iterations of drones. That used to exist. It doesn't exist anymore. That was because GPS technology of coordinating the location of where it needs to land wasn't that great. So that was an assistance it has. I will tell you that both of these drones did take off and went straight up, and you know, they should have both done well. And then I did the wind test. I put both of these drones in the air. They're about 6 to 8 feet off the ground, and all they had to do was just sit there and hover, and you could see they were bouncing around a little bit. However, I did notice that the Autel drone, not only did it bounce around, it stayed in place, it didn't go side to side, but it bounced and it kind of rose, and then it would come back down, and then it would go back up. It's almost like the barometer in it was having some issues with the temperature outside, I guess. I don't know. So this one was rock solid. This one was going up and down, so I gave the thumbs up to the DJI Mini 3. And finally, I did the speed test with both of these drones. I never trust the GPS signal coming to the drone and showing you the speed on the bottom, because that's just a calculation that the companies do. Sometimes they enhance it. Same as the speedometer on your car. It's never correct compared to a GPS. So I had to put a GPS on these little babies and see how well they do and what the true speed was. So if you're a newbie to drones, the whole idea of a drone going fast in sport mode is that it must tilt. So the Autel only tilts about this much, but you know, the Mini 3, DJI has been able to get it to tilt a lot more, and that's because this camera up front can tilt up higher than the one on the Autel, so it's going to go faster. And that's just the design that DJI purposely put in so that it would always have a faster drone than the Autel drone. So if you need to get from point A to point B really fast in sport mode, this is a drone for you. So there you have it. That wraps up part 5. I'm trying to keep the videos at a length of about 20 minutes because I know attention spans are not very long for most people watching, and they skip through and then they post questions below when the answer is already in the video, which drives me up the wall. So that's why I try to keep my videos short so I don't get a lot of that. Coming up in the future video, I guess the next one I should do it on the cameras, comparing the cameras for video and photo together and see how well they do. I have a ton more footage that I could give you more and more episodes, but I'll just see how popular these videos turn out. So I'll keep watching them and you keep watching them. And as always, if you'd like to buy either of these drones, I will put a link to them below and you can go check it out yourself. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, I say bye.